There's just something about ingredients that just really go well together. It's like when you put the two ingredients together, they just fit like a glove. And that's kind of how I feel about bacon and brown sugar. There's something about the saltiness of the bacon mixed with the sweetness of the brown sugar that is just quite remarkable. What's a guy to do, right? So I thought about it and I said, you know what? Why don't I do this recipe? It's gonna be a bacon and brown sugar crusted salmon over a really quick turnip green risotto. And of course, everything we do, you know, it's gotta be simple, delicious, easy, and just good food. So let's get started. So this is what I have. I've got really lovely, juicy pieces of salmon. It'll be great. All right, so we're gonna make the rub for the salmon. So let me show you how that works, right? So let's start with the typical culprits, a little bit of salt and pepper. All right, a little bit of garlic powder is gonna go in here as well. For a little bit of heat to balance some of that sweetness, we need to do some red pepper flakes, so that's gonna go in there. Some dried Italian herbs, just for the savory factor. I promised you brown sugar. I am gonna give you brown sugar. So I've got brown sugar. You can use light or dark brown sugar. It's completely up to you. And I love putting the brown sugar on the salmon because what happens is that, you know, the salmon is really able to receive whatever flavors you sort of throw on it. And that brown sugar is just an unmistakable pair that just goes really well. So, and then what we'll do is we'll turn this into a bit of a paste. So to do that, a little bit of olive oil into this bowl. All right, a little bit of olive oil in our pan so our fish doesn't stick. All right, and then we'll mix this rub together. I want it nice and pasty, so easily spreadable. Perfect. All right, so what we'll do is we'll distribute about a teaspoon of each on the fish, and then we'll just spread it out just like that. So we'll just add the fish right into the skillet, just like that. There's one piece. We'll snug it tightly over here. I did promise you bacon to go on top, and I'm gonna give you bacon. So here's what I'm gonna do. I've got some bacon that's kind of cooked off. It's not done. Another 5 minutes in the oven and it would be complete. But I'm gonna throw this bacon right into the food processor, along with a couple of cloves of garlic. All right, we'll put a little bit of olive oil in here, and then we will go ahead and give this a go. So we have like, you know, a bacon puree, if you will, like a puree of bacon. Why don't we spread some of the puree evenly on top of the fish? Now remember, the bacon is like almost cooked. It's not quite done. So by the time the bacon's done, the fish will be nice and cooked as well. All right, now my oven's preheated to 400 degrees, and this is gonna go off into the oven until the bacon's done, the fish is cooked through, you know, 8 to 10 minutes. All right, so while the fish is cooking, let's make this really quick risotto. And I'm calling this quick risotto because I have a secret ingredient that will not have you in the kitchen doing risotto all day. So a little bit of olive oil is gonna go right into here. And along with that olive oil, I'm just going to basically sweat down a couple of cloves of whole garlic are gonna go right in there, along with a few tablespoons of diced onion. All right, we're gonna give this a stir. I'm gonna put a little bit of salt, not a whole lot, but a little pinch. And obviously, black pepper is gonna go in as well. All right, so now I'm gonna add in what every risotto needs. That's a little bit of white wine. I'm using a Pinot Grigio, but a Chardonnay would work, or Sauvignon Blanc, whatever you got. All right, and along with that wine, I'm gonna do a half of a chicken bouillon. That's why you wanna go light on the salt, because this has a lot of sodium in it and you wanna be very careful. So, and then I'm just gonna add some water. And then let's put in a few more flavor weapons. This is that dried Italian herbs. Let's get that going so it sort of steeps in that broth and tastes really, really well. I think for a little bit of spicy kick, not much, but a little personality, you know, we got red pepper flakes that are going in there. And then we'll finish up by doing a little bit of granulated garlic, just like this. All right, so now that the broth is stocked, it's very seasoned, it's come to a boil, I'm gonna add in instant rice, okay? I know my Italians are gonna kill me, but we don't have time to stir a regular risotto all day. So I'm gonna add in some instant rice right in here. All right, and also with that rice, I'm gonna put in some frozen turnip greens as well, right? Because this is a turnip green risotto. All right, and then we'll just give this a stir until those turnip greens decide to melt. All right, so the turnip greens are well distributed. The rice is starting to cook up. Let's turn this into a really creamy risotto by adding in some heavy cream. Give that a stir. All right, also to this, let's go ahead and put in some Parmesan cheese as well. So I've got some Parm. All right, and then the last ingredient is gonna be some mascarpone cheese. Put that right in there. All right, so in preparation of our meal being done, I've got some scallion, because I feel like that little oniony bite is gonna be great on top of our fish. So I'm just gonna slice up a few scallions on the bias to make it look pretty. All right, I am going to grab this fish out of the oven. Look at this. That looks amazing. Crusted in bacon is the way to go. All right, let's not forget this risotto just bubbling away, okay? Look how super creamy this is. Super cheesy, the way a risotto should totally be. All right, so let's plate up some risotto right on the bottom of this plate. Oh man, come on. I know it's not arboreal rice, but come on. All right, I'm gonna dig in here. Ugh, just like that. Got a few scallions that are gonna go right over on top. All right, how about we do a little bit of black pepper? And then I've got a little squeeze of fresh lemon that I'm going to add, just like that. All right, so I'm gonna give it a taste just to make sure. So let's go with the risotto first, right? With the turnip green, that mascarpone cheese. How could this be any kind of bad, okay? Let's get some brown sugar and bake it crusted salmon. The bacon on here with that brown sugar is so amazing. This is a winner all the way. I'm telling you, bacon and brown sugar go together so well on this fish. It makes it incredibly amazing. The recipe, you know where it's gonna be. On my website, it's dariuscooks.tv. There's two things I gotta tell you, as I always do. Food is my life. It's my food. Until next time, I gotta wish you happy cooking from my heart to yours. Bye, y'all.